Hi, I'm Kevin Petrilli, and I'd like to ask Clifford what his people's view is on crystals and the energy of crystals, the spirit of crystals. Do they utilize crystals in their traditions and beliefs and other minerals?
The Zuni people, for centuries, through my teachings, is that they have used a lot of crystal technology along with other stones or minerals. Of course, the prominent one in Zuni is the turquoise. The turquoise is given a very, very prominent role in all life from childbirth through death. And for the other part of, say, like the crystal is primarily reserved for the medicine people and other peoples that have the specialties of the healing practices. So it's my understanding that the crystal technology is both a transmitter and a receiver in the practices of the Zuni people for a connection with the spiritual world and other forces throughout the universe, primarily Mother Earth. So the crystal is held in respect as part of a healing tool and to be a part of the toolbox, in a way, of a lot of practitioners. There are many methods that they apply through their tools of healing, and there are very many sophisticated ways, depending on which group is the one that prepares those things. So, but I am not aware of exactly how they are put together. All I am familiar with is what the results of the usage of the crystal technology in terms of healing. So, so it's a broad-based application with very specific purposes depending on the order that's using it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. In several of the talks you've given, talking about the Star Brothers, the Star Beings, are there any stories in your culture where there's a connection between crystal forms, the Star Beings, them passing on knowledge or information to the people?
It's the way that it's explained in many Indian cultures, primarily the Pueblo Indians, is that it was a given tool by the spirit people, which in this case star people group, and other entities that serve as healers, not only from the Star Brother connection, but other forces throughout the galaxies, or in this case our own galaxy. And that is a composite tool of balance between a living human being and the things that guard the system of the human being. I'm talking about scientific energy systems. I'm talking about the connection of the human body to the rest of the universe, for the body to fix itself or to be provided the tools such as crystals to align the systems within the human body along with the rest of the universe. So what they call in the balance with life in general throughout the whole system of the stars, the galaxies, and all the things that are relevant to the balance of the molecules within the human body. And of course, one of the biggest ingredients is the spirituality, which is sort of like an automatic response to any illness to try to correct itself or to rid of itself. But the crystal technology is a speeded up process to make those things happen, to vibrate it faster, so that the bad feelings come out, the bad things in a human body come out, and the good ones are filled with those spaces that were the bad things that were part of the body. And that if you look at it on both sides, from the scientific quantum physics standpoint and on the spirituality standpoint, there's a balance between those two processes of thought, and they actually have energy from these different minerals, especially the quartz crystal. And we all know in quantum physics the mathematics that's behind it that has a direct effect on the molecular system. And not only that, but also the electrical system we call as nerves in our body, and the things that surround the body in general, which is also the ethos and the auras that protect as a shield around an individual. So when you increase that on a collective basis, you also raise the consciousness that has directly to do with each parts of the whole, to concentrate the efforts of the healing practices, also the natural pattern that the human body has to do with the cosmos. So they're in synchronicity. The vibration, as we all know, vibration is very important in the balance. And so they work within all these ranges, in the frequency ranges, and the different octaves that they have to go through, and it aligns it up, and it becomes a clear type of a picture, so to speak, when you start looking at it from the healing standpoint.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense for the few things that I understand about it at this point.